So I've been trading for a real fucking long time now. I think that getting a prop firm account just is a lot easier and just makes better. It just makes more sense than trading on a live account. Let's talk about it. So there's two ways of trading, right? You can trade on a live account or you can trade on a prop firm account, which can become fun, which I'm just say funded account. First of all, let's talk about the pros and cons of both of them and see. And I'm gonna just weigh them up and say what I think about both of them, right? A live account, the pro is basically the sky's the limit when you're trading on a live account. On a live account, you quite literally have free reign on trying to trade as much as you want, right? And that means that with trading on a live account, you can and are able to trade with a higher, typically a bit of a higher leverage depending on your broker, right? This can also be a double-edged sword, right? But at the same time, if it happens to go in the opposite end, you can also lose a lot of money, right? So you typically want to be able to be someone who has good risk management, who understands the type of leverage that going to take on beforehand to know how to mitigate that, right? So with also playing around with leverage and having free reign, you don't have a safety net, right? You are able to get margin called. You're staying in that for a long period of time. You can get margin called, and that's not fun, right? And you don't want to lose your whole account, but you have full reign to lose all your money, or you have full reign to make as much money as possible, right? So personal account is super good. Pros super good. Can scale your account really high. The sky's your limit. There's no limits to how much profit you can make, and yeah, literally that. The cons are is that is the risk. The risk is dependent on the person. If someone who's getting into trading doesn't know how to manage their risk, they're going to get punished a lot more when you are in drawdown or when you're in a loss, right? Because there is no safety net trying to look after you and trying to make sure that you don't lose as much money, right? That fully comes down to you and how you manage your losses, right? So there is that. You have a personal live account. There's a lot of personal development that needs to happen for you to manage that account. Second, I believe now prop firm accounts. Let's say so prop firm accounts. What are the pros of having a prop firm account? What's the pros of getting funded? First of all, you have access to large amount of capital. You have access to a large amount of capital with a small startup fee. For example, if you're on a live account and you start a live account with $1,000 or £1,000, right, and you trade that and you happen to lose all your money, you just lost £1,000 or $1,000 on your trading account, right? Cool. So you took you took 100% risk and you took 100% loss, right? First pro that instantly comes into my head is that you have access to so much more capital than starting on a live account. And if you know anything about trading, the more capital you have in the markets, the easier it is to make money. Say again, the more money you have in the market to trade, the easier it is to make money. Why? Because you have more wiggle room. When you have more capital, you have more wiggle room for margins of error or bouncing out of the opposite end, right? I just said that a couple of times. And the startup fee isn't fully on you. So if you are starting up with $500 or 1,000, let's say you're starting up with $1,000 or £1,000, right? And you're getting into a funded account, you just spent $1,000 to buy like a $200,000 account. We spent like $1,000 to get like a £2,000 account to trade with. You have a lot more capital to trade with, meaning that you're able to trade higher volumes and being able to have more wiggle room in the market. This also means that when you get funded and you get your first payout is going to, which is typically when you reach 10%, for example, if you're trading on a 200K account and you make 10% or 20,000, 200,000 is 20K. You just got paid 20K from investing only 1K. So I think that is very much more lucrative than investing 1K and then making 10% on 1K, which is like $100, and then going off with $100. I rather invest $100 to get in a funded account and then get in the funded account and then making that 10% there and profiting far much more than getting on a live account, right? Cons of having another, actually, before I even get into the cons, another pro about having a funded account, it teaches you discipline. It literally teaches you, it literally gives you the foundation, the building blocks on discipline. It gives you margin, the daily your daily drawdown, maximum drawdown. It gives you your consistency score, teaching you how to stay consistent, teaching you how to mitigate risk. It's teaching you everything that you need for long-term success in trading, right? Think about it. If you're trading a company's money, the company's aim is to make sure that you make profit so that they can get paid, so that they can pay you. It's a help me, help you, like help me, help you, help me. So you literally, they want the best for you. Pros for prop firm account: you get more, you have access to a large amount of capital, and they setting you up and giving you good discipline, good framework, and good mindset. It's developing skills that will help you be a better trader in the long term, right? Cons of having a prop firm account, right? The cons of having a prop firm account is kind of like a chicken and egg situation, what I'm about to say, but you can't really trade on a prop firm with a prop firm and expect to do good if you've never traded on a live account. Yes, because with that comes a level of psychology that you only learn through trading, with trading live capital, right? And learning certain structures, certain patterns, and certain actions that you should take at certain times, right? I don't want to hear about that. You need to know the real ins and outs when it comes to trading real money, and especially psychology, and develop and having good risk management and good judgment, again, psychology, and knowing what to do when you're inside or outside of a trade, right? And you won't gain those skills by never haven't traded any live capital before. You have to have live capital to trade from a live account. They're there. So if you're someone who has never traded before and you want to get straight into prop firms, then if I'm going to be honest with you, don't do that. You're going to fail, and you're going to fail hard, right? You're going to fail hard, and you're going to waste a lot of money, right? You're going to waste a lot less money than someone doing some other ways, right? But you're going to trust me when I say that you're going to want to have the basic foundation skills of trading before going into prop firms, right? Because you're going to need to know the basic knowledge on what you're doing, how you're doing it, and how to execute it. What to say? So you're set up for kind of long-term success when you kind of follow it like that. Kind of having a bit of both. You gotta be able to trade on a live account and have a prop firm account. There's no one that's better than the other, but you should have both. Obviously, I just wanted to talk about live accounts versus prop accounts, and just get you guys a bit more educated on that. Keep smart, keep disciplined, and catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye.